Yes, I think this is a revolution that's happening. It's not something that's going to happen. We're in the midst of it. The electric mobility is definitely a certain. We're moving very rapidly in this direction. 5 years ago, you're absolutely right, there were questions about how we will implement this, what the infrastructure will be like, what the ecosystem will be like. But today, it's very clear the government is pushing for electric mobility, the government pushing for sustainability, for clean fuels and clean energy. And, it's here to stay. It's just a matter of how quickly we will adopt the electric mobility movement across the board through all the segments. The two-wheeler segment seems to be the low-hanging fruit, quicker to adopt electric mobility, and then of course you've got buses, you've got last-mile connectivity, and then moving to passenger cars. So we're definitely seeing this revolution unfold in front of us today, and this is the future.
How do you see what Amitabh Kant said, which is something which Bhavesh Agarwal has been speaking in Ola as well, that by 2025 there'll be no combustion-based two-wheelers? Do you think it's a bit of a wishful thinking, or do you see this as a possibility?
I think it's very realistic. I would imagine by 2030, 35, globally, ICE will be in single digits. So we're moving in that direction globally, and I think it's it's something that the government is encouraging component manufacturers as well as OEMs to move towards or think in that direction. So it's definitely a step in the right direction.
Yesterday itself, there was a lot of chatter going around while there was a dinner of the industry people, that how long can the industry, the government will provide that boost or that subsidy, given the fact that once the numbers go up, fuel also accounts for a very big tax income which might go down, given the fact that the IC engines go down. What's the roadmap do you think the industry should have in the mind before the SOPs are taken away?
So I think, it's about development and localizing technology. I think the industry has to work very closely with technology partnerships to build technologies in India. The PLI scheme again is very focused on future technologies, not just for localization but also for export. But localization again is a big driver for industries to invest in technology, for industry to invest in technology, and the component industry is well positioned at this point in time to continuously invest in technology so that we can localize that technology. And and every beginning comes with incentives, etc., and these will go away, like we've seen across the world. And then it'll really be about building technology at the right price and leveraging the economies of scale as the market grows.
You keep talking to industry people. How is the response to ACC PLI has been, and how do you see the response for the auto and auto components PLI to be?
So the PLI has just come out. We've got a 60-day window to respond, and several companies are working on their internal plans to see how we can leverage the benefits of the PLI. It's definitely very encouraging to see how the government has allocated funds towards future technologies. And again, going back to not just exports but localization as well. So it's very encouraging to to have a PLI scheme and the benefits from the PLI scheme.
Do you think if they encourage, the interest is good, the government should think on improving or increasing the budget outlay?
Let's see how this goes. Let's see how many companies actually apply. Let's see how many companies can take the benefit, how many companies can develop the technology, and I think the government is pretty flexible in that. And if we're able to prove ourselves, and if we're able to build that technology in India, I'm sure the government will be able to will be open to looking at increasing the number.